Hey everybody, what's up? This is Some Type of Artist, and welcome to .hackgu Volume 3 Postgame. Now, I want to say postgame instead of, bonus episodes, because here's the thing. Like Volumes 1 and 2, after you beat the main game in Volume 3, there's stuff you can do afterwards to get a little bit more for your money, but there's significantly more to do, and on top of that, it does take significantly longer. And on top of that, there's actually a secret epilogue ending too, which people from the main story might want to see. So that's why I'm just kind of referring to this small series of videos as post-game stuff. You don't have to watch them to get anything more out of the story, except maybe the epilogue. And for all of these post-game parts, I am going to be labeling each title with what exactly is in the post-game. So you can just kind of pick and choose whatever you want to see. In this one, we have some mail stuff to go through, like this one. Dear Seo, thank you for your regular patronage of the world. The Forest of Pain event will take place at the following location. Yeah, so the Forest of Pain is the main post-game thing. There are some other things too, but the main post-game does revolve around the Forest of Pain. So half of this will involve that at some point. But we'll talk about Forest of Pain when we get there. First things first, we're gonna go through some mails. We're gonna actually start the Forest of Pain, and we're underleveled, so you can get just an idea of how strong they might be, even though, I don't know, just a little bit of leveling will take care of that. And then we're gonna recruit a secret character, so the length of the video is pretty long, so feel free to skip to wherever. But here's an interesting mail. It's from Tabby. What's up? It's Tabby. Well, I'm thinking of logging in for a change, but can we meet today? I want to talk to you about something at the Forest of Pain. If it's okay with you, please come here. Do you remember? It's the Forest of Pain. I'll be waiting at the forest entrance. So Tabby was one of the members of the Twilight Brigade with Ovan and Shino that didn't really have anything to do with this game in particular. But fans of .hack Roots might be excited to see her, because she is a pretty big character in .hack Roots. What do we have next? Congratulations on completing the game. It allows you to play in the world after peace has been restored. Please enjoy a world that will never end. Don't you know Haseo's not here to have fun?
I'm not here to have fun.
So, joke's on you, Uchiyama. Be happy, it's a message from Bordeaux. It seems that you've done some great things recently, but don't let it get to you. I will eventually take you down with my own hands. You better be careful. For now, take my member address. What? From now on, I will hunt you down even if you don't want me to. You think you can get away from me? You just wish, lol. So, yeah, as we're gonna see from several of these emails, we're gonna get several bonus member addresses from people, and the first is from Bordeaux of all people. Here's a message from Aura. The world was saved thanks to your strong anime emotions, but in this eternal world, there will be a time where you protect once again using your powers. I will entrust you with that power. The 3 blades created to protect me, a power that I have no use for, as I will go to sleep. Now take this blade and protect the world. Bring happiness to our Morgana's children. So, here is something that I was absolutely crazy about. We have the member addresses of all 3 of the Azure Knights, so that's interesting, I guess. Dear Seo, thank you for your regular patronage of the world. To celebrate your crowning at Sage Palace Emperor, a little late for that, don't you think? We present you with this special word. Please let it help you on your future adventures. The 3rd part barbecue plate, it will become an area where God Chim-Chims appear. Now, I don't actually show God Chim-Chims off in any of these ones. I do that off screen. But basically, if you kick a God Chim-Chim, your party member's friendship will go up by, a lot. From Shino, I'm back. It's been a while, Seo. We haven't exchanged messages in a while. It seems as though I've been sleeping for a long time. During that time, you have fought for me in this online world through many struggles. I'm sure it was rough. That's how I think. Even so, you came to see me in real life. Thank you, really. Don't you think this could have maybe been something to say, in the actual encounter with her? It may be hard to do so like before, but let's go adventuring together. You've lost everything, including my member address, right? Here's my member address, so if there's anything, be sure to invite me. I'll see you around, Seo. So Shino joins our party as well. She's another harvest cleric. At long last, we have someone besides Adelie that can be a dedicated healer. From Zelkova. FYI, hi Haseo, this is in regards to the Netslum Tartarga. That town is on an unofficial server, so a normal player will not be able to go there. But you're special, Haseo! Everybody loves to suck your cock. I've altered your town transfer feature, so you and your friends can come to Tartarga whenever you feel like it. Come anytime with your friends. Just so you'd come to Tartarga, Karnard hasn't moved from it. It's not in Breagapina anymore, so be careful. That's it, Haseo. Let's adventure together sometime. So, like it or not, Tartarga basically becomes your main town now. You are not the strongest from Ono, whoever that is, to the Sage Palace PK tournament winners, Team Haseo. Hello, sorry for the sudden message. I know it's out of the blue, but would you mind taking us, Team the Sweepstakers, on in the arena? We were rankers in the Sage Palace. We've trained hard, raising our levels and improving our skills to challenge the Emperor, but we weren't able to enter the PK tournament, and that has shattered our hopes. Therefore, we'd like to prove that we are the strongest team by defeating your team, who've beaten Taihaku's team. If you'll accept, please select the Sweepstakers in a limit battle in the Sage Palace. Let's battle until one of us runs out of breath. As I said before, we train hard, sweating blood to become the strongest team there is. Please challenge us at your best form, as we don't want worthless opponents. And we have a random group of people that wants to fight us in the arena. Yeah, we don't really show that off in any of these parts too, but if for whatever reason you still want to continue fighting in the arena, you can with, like, limit and survival battles. You'll get WP. I don't know if you get any prizes or anything. I don't really see a point in, like, doing much with the arena afterwards. I don't know. Maybe in my very first playthrough, when I put way too many hours into this game, I tried experimenting with that. But, goddamn, man. Triedge, Balmonk, and Orca are all in our party. That's... You know, it is cool. I still think it's cool, but it is kind of like, okay then, just kind of random. It's fan service. They're not quite as badass as you would have guessed in, like, the story and everything like that. They're basically just like another Twin Blade and then 2 more Blade Brandiers. Triedge floats in the air. Like, basically he has the same, like, model and actions as when you fought him, but we have our final online jack to go through, so...
The world was viciously assaulted by the third network crisis. And then, the global-wide network problem.
With all the dangers of worldwide disaster...
See? The third network crisis did happen after Ovan did the rebirth. I don't know why they insisted so much, so often, that it would also happen again with Cubia.
Leaked information to the media. They might not have rushed to the scene, and we could have been disposed of to keep quiet. I believe, given what we've seen, it was a distinct possibility. So what did we see deep within the heart of CyberConnect's laboratory?
We believe we saw evidence of the truth before they took us away.
The missing 6 were found inside an old abandoned house situated very near the school. Or at least that's the story.
Once released, we dropped by the hospital that was treating Uike Toru and the others.
Also known as Sakaki, the 10-year-old. Oh, look at little happy Sakaki. He doesn't remember anything that happened. How convenient.
So what is Dahl syndrome?
We didn't find out anything about anything.
Kind of sums up the experience with the story.
Opposing mirrors of hope and despair.
And that's Shino, everybody. Real life Shino, waking up from her coma and leaving.
That's what Ida is.
So, there you go. Ida is mirroring hope and despair. I don't know, whatever she just said. Something vague and not really an answer. But that was Online Jack, everybody. Final episode of Online Jack. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of it. I think it's really dumb, but, like, I still do appreciate that, you know, GU did take the time and energy to animate all these segments and put them in the video themselves. But here, we also have some kind of relevant news I kept in. Warrant recall for the IDA creator, which was blamed on Ovon earlier. The international search warrant for the suspected creator of the IDA computer virus, which is to blame for recent network problems, was called back. The police department cited false information in the data that was given by CC Corp as the reason for this recall during the press conference. Access data from CC Corp prompted the warrant being issued for this male suspect. Traces of data program fixes of the creation of IDA and sightings of IDA effects led to the search warrant. However, claims from within the company have revealed that the submitted data was altered by none other than the CC's Corp. NAB conducted an investigation of that data and found 50 instances of tampering. CC Corp admitted to their wrongdoings and officially apologized for the matter. After the international search warrant was issued, many complaints were sent to both CC Corp and NAB. Many came from those close to the suspect and have picketed in front of CC Corp as a result of discussions on forums. The whistleblower, in an exclusive interview by TV Kanto, stated that he had to take action after seeing all the outcry from players firsthand. So does that mean CC Corp created IDA? I don't know. Who knows? That's all screwy. What else do we have? We have something that just... yeah. Why? Why is this news? Why? Fuck you, Haseo. Seriously, fuck you, man. I don't... why is this news? Like, it's even... just everybody, just get down on your knees and continue sucking Haseo's dick. Yeah, so they made this whole article about Haseo in the news. And just that opening thing, that Haseo was selected to be the world's greatest gamer. It's so fucking stupid. And then, like, the whole reason I kept that there, I can guarantee I was just, like, shaking my head while I was playing the game the entire time. I just, even back then, I must have known you're gonna do something stupid with this. Another sexy pie. And sexy Saku, even though she's a child, so that's something. And Matsu. I don't know why they selected these, like, 3 random people. Like, Pai's entire existence is just for fan service, but, like, why put Saku and Matsu in there, too? It's, like, what a weird trio of characters. What a weird final art on the Ipkalu forum. It's bizarre. But, we have more on the official forum. I don't know if it's anything significant. It might just be, like, repeating. Oh, yeah, like, a ton of people are just, like, pissed off about all the problems, and they're like, it was hard to play the game, like, this, we couldn't even, like, boot up, and all this time CC Corp was still taking our subscription fees. Yeah, I mean, basically all the forum stuff was, like, repeating stuff in the news, too, so it's, you know, not a big deal. Something to read if you're interested, and I still recommend reading it, because I still think some of the most interesting parts of the story in GU are in the forums, mostly because nobody's speaking. I don't know, not to say the voice acting in GU is all bad or anything like that, although there are some things that just, like, really, you know, irritate me, but, you know, unless you're really going, like, above and beyond to do voice acting in an RPG kind of story, I always do kind of prefer just, like, reading the text myself at my own pace. But, I wanted to... First, I didn't really know where to start with all this. It's been so long since I've done any of this, but the sweepstakers here, I just wanted to see their level. They are all maxed out at level 150, so they are going to be one of the last things we're doing. Not to spoil anything, they're actually pretty easy, so if you want to go in a little lower just for an extra challenge, feel free to, although by the time you're doing all of this, you're probably just gonna hit 150 before you know it. And then Break Epina, what's here? Are we gonna go to the Forest of Pain from here? Yeah, you can still go to these other towns and warp to areas and everything, but since your guild is at Tartarga, and you can access any server's area from Tartarga, you know, it basically just kind of forces you to, like, just stay there, because it's like, unless you just want to enjoy the scenery here, which, admittedly, I do, because I don't like Natsume as a root town. I didn't like it in the first series, and I didn't like it here, either. You know, it's a really interesting place story-wise, but as a root town, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, the root towns are, like, one of my favorite part of, like, the Dot Hack series. I find them, like, just very relaxing and nice to be in. You know, and this third one really grew on me, too. Like, I really like the music in this one a lot. So, going to, like, from all that to, like, this dank, dirty place for a root town with, like, uninteresting music just kind of, like, puts a damper on the whole thing. But that's Shino, everybody. And, I don't want to get pervy, but, like, her artwork there, man, her outfit definitely shapes her well as she's arching her chest forward. And I'll just leave it at that. So, all of these characters, I don't know how they compare to others stat-wise. I don't know, like, say, if Shino is, like, a better healer or a better character than Adelie stat-wise. I never really compared the two side by side to see what they'd be like. Partially because, you know, all these characters are now coming at you at, like, different levels and stuff like that. Like, Bordeaux's not even at level 100 yet. Neither is Alcade, for that matter, because she's still at whatever level she fell into the coma for. And then other ones, like you see down there, they'll just come at, like, random spurts. But, yeah, I wanted to go to just the Forest of Pain first. I didn't want to, like, start it first, just because, you know... I don't know if you saw in the mail, but it recommends that you go in at level 135. I kind of, like, shrugged this off and mean, like, I can do whatever I want. Dot Hack GU is easy, and I still hold by that. But, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'd still recommend leveling up to 135 before going in, because I do struggle with, like, the one battle I do there. And I only do the one battle because Tabby says, you know, I'll meet you at the Forest of Pain entrance, but she's not there. So I don't know, like, how far I have to go in. So I take a step forward, I do that battle, it takes a while, I pause the game, go look up to see when I actually meet Tabby, and it's not until floor 50, so I'm like, screw that, I'll come back later. But for the meantime, we do get to see the beginning of Forest of Pain, and just another really great Lost Ground music to go with it. It's another really great looking area, too. Like, Dot Hack GU is a really good looking PS2 game. Like, I'm still kind of, like, shocked about how well it looks. Like, it's probably the only thing I'd say it has over the first series. Not to, like, sneeze at the first series or anything like that, because it's, like, it was an early PS2 game. Technically, I guess. I don't know. Maybe not as early as I'm giving it credit for. When did the PS2 come out? Was it, like, 2001 or something like that? I know the first game came out in 2002. Maybe it was even 2003 in America. I don't know. Somewhere around that time. But, and then I don't know when you want to, like, say the PS2, like, died out. I know they were still releasing games for it, like, well after the PS3 started, so... I don't know. I want to be generous and say, like, 2008 or so. Sonic Unleashed was for PS2, wasn't it? Didn't they make a copy of that for PS2? And that was 2008. So, I don't know. But, I mean, for, like, when the PS2 was, like, most relevant, I mean, I'm assuming that just for all intents and purposes, you can say the PS2's, like, main life kind of started to fall short around 2006 then, when the PS3 came out. But, I mean, it's a great-looking game, it really is, and when I hear music like this, it's just, like, I don't know. I want to like it more than I do.
That's a great name. I'm getting really pumped up about it.
Yeah, so Bordeaux gets a boner about Pain because she likes that.
Forest of Pain. Well, it feels like it's been years since I was here.
Yeah, in case you forgot or are
Let's go.
watching post-game stuff from like a random search on YouTube, Forest of Pain was in the anime Dot Hack Roots, and it was a place where he met Taihaku, actually. And it's the place where Isaiah went from his first form to his third form upon completing it, and where Taihaku got his sword that he loves so much that he gave to us. Still don't know how he could use that sword, considering he's a steam gunner, but whatever. So I'm just dicking around here. I just wanted to like get a look at the area, because unfortunately this is the best looking part of Forest of Pain, because it's just a forest dungeon with like slightly different aesthetics to it, and that's all it is for the entire thing. And the music is just kind of back to being ominous dungeon music. But yeah, Tabby, where the hell are you? You said to meet her here.
Where's Tabby? She told me in her message that she would be at the entrance. Wait a sec. Did she go in by herself?
I don't know what these people's problems are in the Dot Hack games where it's like, let's meet at an area, but instead of like meeting at an area and doing the dungeon by itself, it's like, let's go and fucking wait at the very end so they can tell them something short and stupid. So one of the and I guess I'll talk about this a little later when we actually start the Forest of Pain properly. When you start the Forest of Pain, you're given information that every 4 floors, well, here's how it works. So you go through 4 floors of normal enemies, and then the 5th floor is a boss. Every 4 floors has some kind of condition you can do for it, like performing a certain amount of skill triggers, or breaking a certain amount of items, defeating a certain amount of enemies. And if you do that, you get a fairly generous, like, prize bonus. Probably something not, like, worth going out of your way for if you can't really do it. But, like, I don't know, like 20 or so of a healing item or something like that. It's fairly nice to keep in mind if you're going through this here. Problem is, Forest of Pain is 100 floors long, and I'm sure you can imagine how ridiculously tedious that can get. So you're probably gonna want to be going through here as quick as you can. You know, I wouldn't recommend, like, defeating every monster on every floor going down. There will be more than enough opportunities to naturally get to level 150, which is the max you can get in this game, before you get to the bottom floor. In fact, you might get to it before the 50th floor, to be honest. And the 50th floor is where we're going to meet Tabby, and the 50th floor is also the last place you can warp to, because the game's not entirely heartless. It does let you return to town and save your game every 5 floors. And the platforms here are also kind of unique because you can change your party from there as well. But you can't access your item storage if you have that feature unlocked in your guild. So keep that in mind. You can't have like a semi-unlimited amount of healing items that you can draw from. You do still need to go into the Forest of Pain prepared for like an endurance round. As you can see from this battle, I'm kind of showing off. These are stronger, definitely stronger than what we can do. Sheena is already taken out, and she was level 121, I think. Bordeaux was a super low level. I wasn't surprised she was taken out, but I did want her to stick around for experience purposes. I thought, hey, maybe it's a good place to get like a lot of experience for a low-level character. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think you can kind of abuse like the low-level character in a high-level area as well as you could have in the original series. In the original series, I forget if the experience had a cap, but I know you can at least... I remember getting, like, 500 plus experience points from a single enemy if a character was, like, a low enough level. So I would... For some characters, they did start at a pretty low level, so I would bring them into a high area with us and just tell them to, like, stay back while we dealt with stuff. So, like, say if a field portal unlocked 2 enemies, and each of those was worth 500 experience plus for a low-level character, that one battle just raised them a single level there. Because in the original series, we, battles experience was based off of each individual monster you did. You didn't have to actually defeat all the monsters from a field portal or from a single battle just to get the experience. But so I don't think that works nearly as well here. You'll still get generous experience and stuff like that, and it still shouldn't be a problem to have them catch up. But yeah, after that long battle, I revived them at the very end so they can get the experience. I just wanted to like do some damage control by myself because I can't stand how G's characters act sometimes. I really wish there was an option to like tell them just to like stay put in somewhere else. But yeah, that was the Forest of Pain. We will be back here after we raise our levels some bit. So the next thing I did was I went ahead and did the what do you call them? I raised Alkaid and Shino up a little bit because Shino and Alkaid is going to be my main party that I'm going to take to the end of the post game. Alkaid because, come on, who didn't see that coming? Of course I was going to have Alkaid there. And Shino because, well, she's another healer besides Adelie. I do love Adelie and everything like that, but you know, I don't like how the story ended. I really hate that reunion between Shino and Aseo. I think it's extremely awkward and weird, and it's like, did we really spend 3 games fighting for that? So, in my own headcanon, as you were, Shino and Haseo are just kind of catching up playing post-game together. So, I figured, you know, we spent so long trying to, you know, revive her from her coma. Let's have her around. But here's something I completely forgot about. One of the last character we can recruit besides Tabby, because we actually need to meet her first before we can recruit her, involves completing the chaotic PK quest. Now you don't have to like complete this guy's entire thing by like, you know, doing 50 PK kills. You just have to take care of all of the chaotic PKs. So, an easy way to do that is when you're going to an area, you can see in the top right, I believe, there are 2 numbers signifying how many characters are in an area and how many characters you haven't met are in the area. So, you can keep doing that over and over again with the keyword that lets you, you know, have an increased chance of finding like a PK area. And take care of the chaotic PKs that way. And you can keep going until you're lucky enough to like find an area where the battle area is like right where you spawn to, which I did. So I kept doing that over and over until I took care of all the chaotic PKs. And then when you do that, this forum will pop up. Oh, excuse me. This forum will pop up. And they're talking about an 8th chaotic PK, a twin blade at that. And, you know, they just go back and forth between being like, is she real? Oh my god. I'm in a chaotic PK, that wasn't one of the 7. My PC level is 130, but I died instantly. Whoa, so she's super strong then, I guess. Oh look, we've got a liar. Do your trolling someplace else. Really, it's true. I'm not saying you have to believe me, but I wish you would. You mean you've got an 8th chaotic PK? Jeez. An 8th chaotic? That's really hard to believe. What's her nickname? It should have showed up. Well, I was so surprised that I don't remember it that well. I think her nickname was Eggmaniac or something like that. Oh, Eggman, huh? More Sonic references. Lol, Eggmaniac, no way, lol. Are you serious? If you're going to troll, could you do it a little better? I'm ashamed now to admit that I was about to believe this just a little. Liar, pants on. Yeah, this goes on for like way longer than it needs to. But that's your cue saying that you can start meeting the 8th chaotic PK, because I think I tried to keep doing it afterwards, and nothing was happening, so I just wanted to like just see what was going on. Oh, yeah, I don't know why I left these in, but since her affection got up from all the time we spent together now leveling up, I got all of her Alkaid's responses from all the greeting cards I sent her, so, you know, screw it. Everyone should love Alkaid. Find out more about the waifu. Let's see. How are you doing, Alkaid? Doing just fine, thanks for asking. I was in a coma, but now I'm better. I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. Cool. What's your personal motto? Train both your body and your mind. I may act like this online, but in real life I'm a total bookworm. Ha! I knew it, you're a nerd. Prefer to handle my body's training in the world, lol. So you like to read, huh? That's kind of surprising. How on earth do you go about training your body in the world? You're just operating a controller. What kind of books you like, Alcade? Find that out in a second. Yeah, we're gonna do all this before we do the Chaotic PK, sorry. These days I'm into reading the Three Kingdoms saga. Oh man, I really wanted to read that when I was like super into Dynasty Warriors 4, like around the time this game came out. And I was looking for that book in the bookstore too, and I never found it. I should have just ordered online, but whatever. I will defeat you, and you get a quiz battle about the Three Kingdoms saga, so this was exciting for me, because it's like, how much do I remember from the Dynasty Warriors? And I get the second question wrong, and I'm pretty sure I'm right, too, at least by, like, Dynasty Warrior standards, I don't know, because, I mean, it does kind of, like, from what I hear, take the story pretty loosely from Three Kingdoms, but whatever. So, we go into the world, and then we'll log back out and check the answers like that. And that'll happen for who knows how long, because I'm just gonna waste everybody's time with all this. It's the post-game, who cares? Video is 45 minutes, what could we have cut out? Who cares? Nothing, all of this was critical. I'd love to go around trying the food at different restaurants sometimes. You know, I'm pretty good at making ramen. I'll let you try some for yourself someday. So you're a good cook then. Oh well, people like you usually the type that blah blah blah. I don't even know. I don't even know. Is it edible? Don't be an ass, Haseo. Mostly foreign fantasy novels and war history stuff. I like Tuttle and Bang a lot, and Ma is great. His Dark Niddle series is a classic. Yeah, I know his books aren't really fantasy, lol. Do you read it all? Man, I haven't read like a legit novel in like a year. I was reading like a ton in the past few years after I graduated college, and then I just kind of felt like I burnt myself out on like proper novels. I don't know. I just read so many shitty ones. I was just like going to the library and just like picking up anything that like sounded interesting, and so many of them were just like, I don't know, just like completely lost me. Like the whole reading thing just felt like such a chore. So like this year I kind of like took a break from it. I kind of got back into graphic novels again, and those are fine, but I really like to get back into like reading like proper novels again. But I don't know. There's nothing really that like I'd want to go out and get specifically. Maybe I'll take a look at my my to-read list on Goodreads again and see if there's anything I can like order cheap. Because just going to the library over and over, I felt like I was just getting, like... I felt like I exhausted all of the books I wanted to read that they had in stock, like, long ago. And, you know... then I was just, like, randomly searching for things. I don't know. This year has been a very strange year for me. And then doing this Let's Play for the past 6 months, too, that has been taking up a lot of my time as well. But anyway, I guess that'll be something I can think about in the new year. I did read a couple of interesting books this year. I read House of Leaves earlier. A friend of mine lent that to me. That was probably the most interesting book I've read in a long time. It was basically about like it was like a supernatural story about like a haunted house, and the whole thing was written like as a series of like collected notes from someone that was trying to make a documentary about it. And this is all fictional, of course. But just, I don't know, just the whole format of the book was just really, really interesting to me. And then I read, a book by, oh yeah, they're marrying. Well, Haseo, I'm only a high school student, so is Haseo. But he's like, I don't care, I like you. So an author I really liked, called Lindsay Hunter, released a book called Eat Only When You're Hungry this year, and I did enjoy reading that too. So, you know, it's not like I didn't read anything properly that wasn't a graphic novel of some kind this year, but I don't know, I just kind of felt like, you know, I read over like 100 books in the past few years. I kind of feel like I just burnt myself out about it. I just felt like I needed like a break from reading, I guess. But I have found myself missing it a lot lately, and I would like to go back to read something interesting again. Jeez, are we still doing all this? I can't believe I kept this in, man. What a weird... Go back to the I like you thing. Go back to the melodrama. I want to see it. Oh, I was gonna start reading that, but then went away. Whatever. Let me think about it. Yes, I'll think deeply, but I know you know this by now, but I'm persistent and single-minded. Like, I don't know why Alkaid responds like that, because she's obviously has feelings for Haseo, too. So it's like, I don't know, it's just like that anime thing where it's like, I can't tell somebody how I feel about them, even when they clearly have feelings for me, too. I don't know. Is that really an anime thing? That's just like a thing in general. It's like a thing for like any kind of cartoon, really. Like, seriously. I feel like everything on like TV just like conditions you to like think, don't tell somebody how you feel because you're afraid of rejection. It's really unhealthy if you think about it. Like how Doug is so obsessed with Patty Mayonnaise, and Helga's so obsessed with Arnold, where it's like affecting their mental state of mind, and it's like, Jesus Christ, guys, come on. And easier said than done. I mean, don't get me wrong, because I'm totally the kind of person that like held feelings down for like the longest time, where it's like I didn't even tell people how I felt about them sometimes, and then the people I did tell, I mean, well, that never ended well. So I don't know, maybe there is some truth to all their fears in the TV media, but... So I had to go to this area a couple of times before running into the 8th Chaotic PKer, and this is the time when we run into her, and you may be surprised who it is, because I certainly was. Natsume, from the first series, Hunting Tri-Edge. The Edge Maniac, so that's what the guy was trying to say. So, this is weird and awkward. I'm not unwelcome to the idea, it's just kind of like... I'm baffled why she's here this late in the game. So Natsume was one of the characters from the original series, and on top of that, I think she was one of the optional characters from the original series. Because you did have a ton of people from the first series that joined your party that didn't really have anything to do with the main plot, and some of them were mandatory to get, and some of them weren't, and I don't think Natsume was mandatory. Either way, she didn't play a big role in the plot. Her main thing was, I don't know, she was just like a really nice, kind of quiet, little bit of a shy girl. She was very polite, and she liked Kite a lot. And that's why she's tracking down Tri-Edge in here, because, ironically enough, Natsume's probably the only character in GU that has any kind of recognition that Tri-Edge looks like Kite. So, that's interesting. She's got like a dual personality where she's like battle crazy when she's like acting as a chaotic PK, but then she's like her normal self otherwise. But like, why is she here though? Of all the other characters to come back, it's like, why Natsume? And this is something I never really understood, and I've looked it up several times. No one really has like an idea why. Like, Pyrrhus came back because Pyrrhus is based off of somebody that was involved in creating .hack. He might have even been the creator of it, I don't really remember. So I can understand why Pyrrhus came back. I can understand why Endrance and Wiseman came back. Or rather, Elk and Wiseman came back, because they were like, you know, main characters in the original series. But Natsume, it's kind of, I'm just kind of like, I don't know, was she like a fan favorite? Is she also based on somebody that worked on .hack? I don't really know. I never really found a solid answer for why Natsume's back, and I should be more excited because, let's be honest, she is what Alkaid is to me in this game. She is the waifu I had feelings for that I had fictional crush feelings for, anyway, in the original series. So I should have been more excited, but even back then, I'm just kind of, like, confused more than anything else about why she's here. And this will basically, you know, tell you, oh man, she was real. I saw Haseo, the greatest dick in the world, fighting her. And then they tell her, then they mention that they saw her in Bragepina streets talking to Pyrrhus. So we'll go there and properly meet her there in a little bit. But yeah, I'm confused. And like another thing that confuses me too is her voice actress is different now. And that normally wouldn't be a weird thing, except her voice actress is the same voice actress of Aura. And Aura has the same voice actress in Gyu as she did in the original series. So I don't know why they changed Natsume's voice around for it. She's Sakura's English voice actress from Naruto. I don't know her name, unfortunately, but yeah, like my one friend that played GU with me was mentioned that, and I didn't even pick it up until he mentioned it. And I think I was out of my Naruto interest by the time this game came out, so I was like, oh man, I don't know, it's weird. And it's not like, because her voice actress in this game sounds younger than how she sounded in the original series too. So that's just something that just kind of really like didn't strike a chord with me. I don't know. Maybe I just, because of just, you know, the whole anime waifu thing from the first series, I was just kind of like put off by like her presentation in GU. But whatever. It doesn't matter. It's fictional crush, dude. None of it matters. But I kind of would like, if anybody has information, like, why she's in GU so late in this entire experience to start with. I mean, she's got nothing to do with the plot. This is all post-game stuff, so it's all harmless, but, like, I mean, we got, like, a ton of characters, you know? Maybe even too many characters. You got, was it 4 or 5? You got 4 or 5 bonus characters after completing the original series. So you can kind of argue the same thing. It's like, well, what are you even going to do with them at that point? But here, it's like, you've got Bordeaux, you've got Tabby, you've got the 3 Azure Knights, you've got Shino, you've got Natsume now, and, so that's like 7 people. Unless I'm forgetting somebody, which could be even more. But, something that never really happened in, the original series, but I guess is, like, something that was established elsewhere, is that Natsume and Pyrrhus are actually friends and, like, part of, like, an art club or something online. I don't know. So, maybe she's brought back just to, like, kind of, you know, I don't know, establish that a little more, like knowing Pyrrhus, but I don't know.
What? Don't tell me that you were involved in such a nasty and scurrilous business.
What? No, of course I wasn't. I mean, I get a bad case of the shivers just hearing the word PK.
Liar, we just fought you. So yeah, I guess she's got like a split personality thing.
You have multiple personalities. No, that can't be it.
No, of course not. That would be stupid, Haseo. It's not like we have another party member that has the exact same situation, right?
Hurts hearing you put that bluntly.
Well, in any case, you there with the good eyes. This here is my dear old friend Natsume. She's been stalking a certain dashing man for 7 years. She's quite the clingy stalker.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's Kite they're talking about. It's kind of weird, like...
There's no need.
Also, not really, I don't really remember this being in the original series at all, but apparently, according to the .hack wiki, there was something in one of her mails that implied that she and Kite met up in real life in between 2 of the games. So, I don't know if that's true, then it's like...
Have you not heard it said, men must be
I don't know, the way they have it here just kind of makes it seem like Kite disappeared and she's been searching for him. But I don't know, it doesn't really make any sense that they wouldn't have kept in touch. I don't know, maybe the real backstory is Natsume confessed her feelings to Kite, and Kite rejected her, and she kept stalking him, and then they got, like, a restraining order, and she's still stalking him. I don't know.
Picked up another weirdo.
Yeah, I don't know. Was it that weird, Asao? I don't know. But that's Natsume. We'll take care of her later. So this is the first part of the post-game thing. I didn't mean for it to be this long, but I don't know. Just the way I have things set up, it just kind of worked out this way. She's level 134, so she is still fairly around the same level as everybody else. We got Bordeaux up. Next time we'll start the Forest of Pain, I believe, and show off some of these new characters. So we'll catch you guys then. See ya.